Hello everyone, Dan here from the Next Issue Podcast. On today's video, I'll be doing a review for Star Wars Hyperspace Stories Codebreaker #1. This is a new book from Dark Horse Comics from their own Star Wars line. So Dark Horse also published Star Wars comics, but they're different from the Marvel comics. Everything still seems to be in continuity, but they pick and choose different characters. This one specifically deals with Poe Dameron. Let's talk about the creative team before we get into the book. This book is written by Ethan Sachs, with pencils by Mark Yarsa, Jose Marsan Jr. on inks, colors by Nicola Ricci, and letters by Tyler Smith and Jimmy Betancourt. In this book, we see Poe Dameron, who is a confident hotshot A's resistance pilot, as you've seen in the movies. He and his outspoken droid companion, BB-8, have seen plenty of action against the First Order. Now they are sent on a mission to investigate a piece of the First Order tech used to decode resistance messages. But standing between them and their objective is an infamous TIE fighter pilot. Can Poe outfly his enemy, or will the mission go down in flames before it begins? I really like the hyperspace stories because they're just kind of standalone, really cool things. This one's going to be 4 parts. And if you remember, a few weeks ago, I did a review for one story about the Bad Batch. So that one's still ongoing. So these I like to check out the first issue just to see if it's a story that I'm going to be into. Spoiler alert, I'm very much into this one because Poe Dameron's a cool character. I love him, and I love him hanging out with BB-8. This feels kind of like a bit of a heisty type of, we got to recover something, we got to explore, and then Poe's got to use his wits to kind of get the job done while still showcasing all his skills as a pilot. I think Ethan Sachs really captures that. He really captures the tension of these missions, and it's a very fun comic. Now, as far as the artwork, I actually really enjoy how different this feels from some of the other stuff. This kind of stands out on its own, which I like because it gives me that feeling of this is from, a specific era. This is from the sequels era of Star Wars, where the ships look a little bit different. The uniforms, like the First Order and the Rebels look a little bit different, but still with some of those touches. The art is never meant to be photorealistic, even though you see a lot of people that you've seen from the movie, so you know what they look like, right? Of course, General Organa is in this, Poe Dameron, as I mentioned, and a few other characters that are in the periphery of the films. But they're identifiable characters. You don't need to see Oscar Isaac's face on every single panel. But there's a lot of traits like his smirk, or the little, the when he makes a confused face, or when he's making a joke, or all that stuff really just feels like the characters that are in the movies, just adapted into the comic medium. So I really like that. I don't have a problem with photorealistic depictions of these characters, but I feel like a stylized version of them works really well for me. This book is also full of humor. I think Ethan Sachs can capture that as well, specifically the relationship between BB-8 and Poe Dameron, right? So, yeah, this book works on a lot of levels. I was very happy to have read this. This whole weekend has been very pretty. This whole month felt very Star Wars heavy when it comes to content, right? We had the re-release of Revenge of the Sith in theaters, Andor's kicking ass in the TV, and then the comics is just really fun to get into them. Marvel's about to relaunch their own Star Wars. I need to read the free comic book day preview. So yeah, a lot of Star Wars content, a lot of really cool stuff, and I'm very excited. This is the time for that. So if you have read this book, let me know what you thought about it down in the comments. As always, thank you for watching, everyone. Remember to share, like, subscribe, hit the bell so you know when we go live. That is most Saturdays, 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. And stay tuned. We have more comic reviews, trailer reactions, TV recaps, all that fun stuff here in the channel. Thanks for watching, everyone. Bye bye.